You're not hungry, but you order a huge meal.
I'm gonna be hungry.
But
later.
you know what? The only good thing about that stuff is it'll heat up well.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like shit when you heat it. What's the matter?
I thought it was Mike for a minute.
Yeah, it's loaded with furniture. Maybe it is. No, Mike doesn't have a king cab. Well, yes, he does. He has an extended cab. I keep forgetting. There's space behind the seat.
I got an old silver nickel from the VA.
Huh.
I went up to.
Yeah, wartime nickels, because they look just like regular nickels.
Mm-hmm.
They do turn up.
I picked it right out. It was in the drawer, and I said, "Can I get that nickel?" And she handed it. Thank you. Scrap value. The 89, if not all of them, came out of scrap. I mean, circulation.
Yeah.
I ain't giving them up, but that's where I got them from. Whether they're worth anything, I think they're worth about $1 a piece. That's probably what they're worth.
Had a guy walk in today. Told me a few months ago. He sells these Mole Ninja type knives at the flea markets and shit like that. Axes, throwing axes and stars. He said he might have a line of some antique. First, he tried to sell me this $5 cheap piece of shit. As I only collect antiques, I'm not into this kind of stuff. Oh, I think we know where there are some. Okay, I hear this all the time. So I said, yeah, it's great. If you happen to find them, I'll take a look at them. Comes in today. It's got 3 bayonets. One of them's a Japanese World War II Arasaka bayonet, which have been gaining in popularity in recent years, and a Spanish Mauser bayonet. I have not yet identified it fully, and an 1874 French Gros bayonet. And I know what they're worth. And I'm about to say, he said, what do you think? What do you offer me for? What do you? I said, I pull out the Japanese bayonet, and I notice right away, fresh grind mark, right down the edge. Somebody used a modern tool to put an edge on this. And I said, look at that. Where did you get this from? Oh, a guy had it exactly. Look what he did to it. He put he ground this, he put an edge on it. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's not good. This is an antique. The Japanese, if they put an edge at all, which they generally didn't, they would have used a stone. A stone. They never, ever would have used that. And you can see this. It's shiny. It's brand new. This was done like a day ago. It's perfect. I said, it destroys the value of this. It just kills it. Collectors don't want something like this. I said, I was going to offer him good money. I saw that. I said, I'll give you how about 80? He goes, I don't know. This guy said, okay, I'll go 120. 120? Well, I'll call the guy and find out. Back in 2 seconds. You call him that fast? I don't think so. Yeah, no problem. You got it. Okay, here's the $120. The Gros bayonet alone is worth that. The Japanese Arasaka probably about $90. When I artificially age the grind mark, then its value jumps a little bit more than that. And the Spanish Mauser bayonet is worth at least $50 to $60. I got to look it over and see, because it's really clean. It's nice and it's big, which means 19th century. And it's got Toledo Spain stamp right on it. Really nice condition. Beautiful leather scabbard. Where it was stored right. So, fuck this guy. If he's going to be doing that shit, he's been fucking. I made absolutely sure he clearly understood that the reason why I was not paying him considerably more was because that bayonet had been totally ruined.
Fucked, yeah, but so did Zach grind it?
Yeah, this guy put an edge on it thinking somehow that would make it more, in case I didn't want it, he probably market it to his Mole Ninja knife customers. Look at that nice edge on there. You can cut stuff with that, Meanwhile, you just fucked the value all the hell.
You ruined it.
Yeah. He didn't ruin it because I can fix that.
People do that with coins all the time. They stay up all night putting them to a grinder.
I've seen much worse things done to Japanese bayonets because they weren't really valuable for many years and they were just used for everything. 10 pegs, you name it. Every GI coming home from the South Seas seems to have bought 1 or 2 bayonets with them. With a very, very common bring home item. Enemy trophy. The rifle just as common. Most of the time they came home together, Bayonet attached to rifle. And he thought it was a Russian bayonet. I said, what do you think is Russian? This is Japanese. But that's Russian. Look at the symbol right in. No. The 3 concentric circles overlapping, that's not Russian. That's Japanese.
Hey, Pat. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he won't have a problem with that. Jim, Pat wants to know if he can leave his truck there overnight.
Yeah, sure, no problem. How's he going to get home? Walk?
How are you going to get home? Oh, okay.
Or is he sleeping in the truck?
Okay, hope he's all right. Yeah, Jim said no problem. Leave it there.
Just back it down so I can get out. Tell him. Did you tell him?
Yeah, he said just back it down so he can get in and out.
I don't want to hit it with the RV.
Okay, yeah, no problem. He said it's fine.
What happened?
All right. Yeah, the girlfriend showed up, and that was that.
Why is he leaving his truck? What happened? Something happened to the old man?
No, not well. Yeah. He said he has to go home.
What happened to the old man?
He said he didn't say. He said he had to go home.
Oh God! I hope nothing bad happened.
That didn't sound good though.
No, he would be leaving the truck there for no reason.
He said something's wrong with my old man. I was like,
Oh, geez. Well, you know his old man has serious cancer.
How old is he now?
He's 89 now.
Wow.
And 88 or 89, somewhere in there. And he has basically, really, really, really bad cancer, and they've been fighting it for a while. So I know he's been sick on and off quite a bit. I hope he's all right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I say it didn't sound good. So.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. We were just talking about this earlier. I keep dreading getting that fucking phone call. I like the old man. His old man. Yeah, he's a real character. Real tough son of a bitch, let me tell you.
I wonder how tough he was during the war.
Very tough. Very tough man. He was a tough man his whole life. He was basically like Pat. Pat takes after his father. Like father, like son. And I remember him telling the stories of what he used to love to do during the war when he had won, and and the Germans and shit and everything else. This is the crazy son of a bitch that shimmied up a flagpole under fire to steal a Nazi flag from the front of a fucking SS Hitler Youth School or some shit like that. He still has the fucking flag. Under fire, getting shot at to steal that fucking trophy flag. And he brought home a bunch of pistols. He took off dead Krauts and shit and all that stuff. But
I just wish I knew where the sword was.
yeah, that sword too.
If you knew where the sword was, what do you think it would be worth?
Nothing, because you'd have to give it back to the French government. The minute it hit the market, it would be seized. That's the property of the cultural property of the French people, and it belongs to them. It should be returned to them. It's Napoleon's sword, for Christ's sake. One of them. He had many, but this is just one of them.
If it was like the late 50s or early 60s and he found the motherfucker, what would he have done?
Killed the son of a bitch and took it. That's what he would have done. He didn't fuck around. He'd have killed the bastard. You son of a bitch, I trust you to bring his home. This is what you do. I'll beat you to fucking death.
He said he came home and...
Where's so-and-so? Oh, I haven't seen him,
town, gone and gone
He's
hard.
gone. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I didn't blow that.
Jeez, I don't know. The camera caught the whole thing. I'll have to watch later and find out. Yeah. Son of a bitch.
Here, can you watch this for me? But would I get home from the war?
He wanted him to bring it, smuggle it home for him. He had to carry, just not smuggle it, but just carry this home with me and give it to my ma, and then get home. Ma, where's the side? Never got it. Never showed up.
And that guy no guy ever
I think
came.
he actually did he was seen in the neighborhood, but then he disappeared somewhere. Never dropped the sword. I probably lost in the crap game on the way over or something, The thing about the sword was it was not, I believe, it was not one of his ornate ones. It was one of his campaign swords he actually used. So that, to a collector, that makes it 10 times more valuable. I mean, this is the sword Napoleon had on him at Waterloo or wherever, and that's, a really, really big thing to collectors. And you can find an underground collector to pay you for it, keep it quiet. Yeah, you get big money, big money for that. If you could prove it. And chances are, there's a document somewhere. Actually, there's still an active unit of the federal government that is looking for lost and stolen Nazi treasures. They probably think the Germans took it. But art objects or anything like that, cultural objects disappeared during the war.
All over the years,
Yeah,
right?
they're still looking for them and they're still finding them too. You can get away with it with a Japanese sword because that was a legitimate trophy of war, but you're not allowed to steal things out of a French museum. That technically belonged to the whole people of France.
Well, we didn't loot Japanese art. We didn't...
No, but we were allowed to take... They were ordered to turn their swords in, and GIs were allowed to cherry pick what they wanted. And a lot of very, very valuable swords did come to this country, and some have yet to be found. They simply disappeared out there. We're talking swords worth millions of dollars. That's what the Japs would pay to get them back. You know, shogun swords and shit like that. They're really, really expensive.
Katanas or something.
Not katanas, that's a type of sword, but ones that belong to extremely important people in the past. They have valuable cultural heritage. And they're valued in the millions of dollars. And, you know, the Japs would pay that to get it back. They have paid to get something back already. I would never sell one back to them. Screw you. My uncle had to go through a lot of shit to put down your crap. And these swords were legitimate trophies of war, and you lost them as punishment. Don't think we're fucking giving it back now. You're gonna give us back the lost lives that you killed our people and made them go to war? You think my uncle was happy?
POWs that they cut in half?
Yeah. You know? You think my uncle was happy to give up his life for fucking 5 years and go fight you fuckers? No. He wasn't. He had a very, very bad war because of you, and he came home and was miserable for the rest of his life. Not miserable, but he never ever talked about his experience. That right there speaks volumes about how fun it was. He's like the old man now. The old man don't talk a lot about it either. They went through a whole lot of horrific shit over there.
What it said, his whole platoon got killed, right?
The people he would have been with were killed, yes. He wasn't with them because he got serious food poisoning. And he was in the hospital when they went over to France. He followed a few weeks later. But then they were all dead. It was just him and a few other guys that had gotten poisoned that were left behind. Then he had to spend the next 1.5, 2 years fighting his way across Germany and Austria and France and end up with the occupation army after the war for a little while. He saw a lot of nasty shit. He experienced a lot of nasty shit. I cannot imagine what it would be like to walk point attacking an SS camp. But he did that. He did not know the camp was empty. It had been abandoned by the SS hours earlier. You know, they'd moved out. But, you know, when he was walking in there with the guys behind him, they were attacking the SS. You know, these guys were serious, hardcore motherfuckers, and everybody knew it. That takes real fucking balls to do that.
You seen the Jewish prisoners in there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My great uncle saw that. He was an officer attached to Patton staff. He was military intelligence. He saw a lot more than just a few Jewish prisoners. He saw the fucking camps. You know, I believe it was Buchenwald and fucking Auschwitz. No, he didn't go to Auschwitz. I believe it was Buchenwald. And Dachau. He was at Dachau too. He toured that. He was there with Patton's staff when Patton toured that fucking place. Yeah. And old Blood and Guts turned fucking purple and threw up. That's how bad it was. The stink. He brought home a braided steel whip. And it disappeared shortly before he died. You think he fucking destroyed it himself. He didn't want anybody to have that. You know, and he would occasionally talk about it. Of what he saw. He saw some of the Nuremberg trials too. And, you know, you wanted to know about that shit, you asked him because he'd tell you the straight fucking story. It was worse than anything you ever saw in the fucking newsreels because experiencing it firsthand is like nothing you can fucking imagine. The stink, for one thing, doesn't come through. You know, the sight of actual corpses crawling with maggots, stacked 18, 19 deep in heaps and piles, bones all over the place, shit like human skin lampshades and fucking, you know, tattoos saved in frames and all that nasty shit. He saw all of that. And it scarred him for fucking life. You know, I don't think that man had a good night's sleep after that the rest of his fucking life. He's gone now, but I mean, it was bad. Then there's these assholes, oh, it didn't happen. Fuck you, it didn't happen. You don't tell me my fucking great uncle made that shit up.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I don't hear about this in some fucking history book. I heard about it from my own fucking family. So don't fucking tell me it didn't happen, you stupid cocksuckers.
Yeah, those people in the Middle East or something saying it never happened.
Yeah, no, people right here in this own country. In Germany, it's against the law to deny the Holocaust. In Germany, of all places. Here, you can deny it all you want. And there's always some dumb shit douchebag that, oh, it didn't happen. Mostly these fucking Aryan types. Nazi fucking cocksuckers. And you know what? My family saw it. My uncle was fucking there. Boots on the motherfucking ground in those camps. He saw what those assholes did. All of it. All the nasty possible shit that there was. And he was not quiet about talking about it either. He wanted everybody to know, this is what I fucking saw. And look at the relics I brought home. You know, here it is. Still blood on this fucking dried blood crusted in the braid of that fucking whip.
Can't believe you brought the whip home.
Well, nobody was there to stop him. It was just one minor relic. There was a lot of that shit just lying around.
Well, Terry's gonna call me. She needs to let me know, not the day.
Well, she
before.
knows. She knows that. Scott said to let me know a week in advance or whatever. I
Well,
said,
not
"You
a week
better-"
in advance, but at least a couple of 3 days in advance.
Yeah.
Pulling me up. Well, I need to go somewhere at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I said, make sure you let her know. I reminded her about that. I said, don't just call them 5 minutes before, you know.
Yeah. I have no problem doing it. Just give me some kind of heads up here.
Yeah.
You know.
So apparently, Billy, it's to her eye exam up there, and Billy tried to find a place. He got lost. They turned around, went back, and then they make another appointment. Because Billy gets excited, starts yelling in the car and shit like that. He gets lost. He said, "What's understandable is with you, you know." That's perfectly understandable.
I got to sign up.
Yep. Mobile station, Dunkin' Donuts. You'll be able to get a snack. Maybe,
Yes.
maybe they'll be open after hours. Not a healthy snack, maybe, but at least you'll be able to get some iced tea.
Well, that
Maybe.
the college gets here. That's going to be a staple in their diet there.
God.
I know Cousin's going to be running the gamut on that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be making good money on that.
All the food.
That's it. Shoot right out in front of Scott.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm invisible. So I turned my lights on.
You might have had one too many at dinner time. Maybe he never made it past the bar. Because they will feed you at the bar in there. They often do it to us once. When I eat at the bar, no. I'm not drinking my dinner, thank you. My name is not Terry.
How rusty is that bumper?
They always did that. Those bumpers were terrible. They were rusty when the trucks were 2 years old.
Paper thin.
Yeah. All the shit splatters up, gets caught in there like a bucket. You know, so that calcium chloride just eats the hell out of it.
Quarters too.
Yeah. I can see the cab mounts going on it too. All very typical. I'm getting dug over there. I wonder what.
New house going in.
Here we go. We're taking out the seatbelt and we're putting in the fake seatbelt over here. Yeah, there you go, folks. We are now in violation of New York State traffic and safety laws regarding the wearing of seatbelts in a moving motor vehicle. Yep, the scofflaw is right there. There he is. As you can clearly see, we are moving. The car is moving. Mm-hmm.
No cops up here.
That's what he says now, but one day he will get busted and I will film it. Because there usually are cops up here all over the place.
I'm glad they fixed this road up here.
What did they do to it? I don't
It's all bumpy
know.
up
I
there.
know what. I think the rocks just sunk into the fucking asphalt finally. Not anywhere apparently. This guy must be one of Mike's neighbors.
See, bounce.
Did you ask Mike if he was home yet?
He's home.
He is? Oh yeah, the TV's on. He's home. Unless the cats are watching TV. Let's see. We pull up. We're back in it today.
Always back it in.
Yeah, unless something's broke, then you pull right in there. Nose right up to the garage door. Mike, can you change the light bulb for me? And there's the pressure washer. Ah, thanks. Look at the kitty cat toys at the bottom of the stairs. What's up, Mike? Have a good time moving furniture today? Are you crippled?
We're not even done.
Not done? How much shit does he have?
We had a 14-foot wall. We packed that, packed my truck, packed my mom's car, packed his car,
What is he, a fucking hoarder?
packed my father's car,
Onion rings.
and still got the fish tanks,
Oh my god.
and a bunch of other little stuff. He got so much shit packed in that fucking apartment.
Oh my god.
His apartment is half the size of his house.
Tell him to throw some shit out.
His apartment is a quarter the size of his house. He could have filled this fucking house up twice.
Spiky, Spiky, Spiky. What are you doing there, Lucky Spike? Can't really see you that well. Oh, I see you now. Here he is. Not really. Not this last week, anyway. Looks like the same size. Oh, big kitty yawn, lots of teeth. There we go. How you doing, buddy? Huh? Yeah, he already bought it. Yes, Scott gave.
Did he call you on the way up?
Yes, he did.
Because he wanted to leave the truck there?
Yeah, something happened to his dad. He didn't say what, but usually isn't good when it does. He might be bleeding again or something.